G'day everyone, I'm Alex. I want to talk about the lag and lead metrics of how I managed to put primary together. So it's all wonderful that we can have aspirations for things we want to do, but for the longest time, I didn't focus on putting the work in each day and was somehow surprised that I wasn't getting the results that I was looking for. It was not until I came across lagging metrics and leading metrics that I was able to finally understand that each day I needed to contribute to doing something. So each day I needed to be hitting a certain word count to get to where I wanted to be. So my book is around 100,000 words and I wanted it by X date. So specific around the word count and specific around when I wanted it. From that word count and from that date, I worked backwards to say, okay, if I want this by then and this amount, I need to hit so many words per day. So it made it easy and it made the problem of writing a book a lot simpler in that I just had to focus on hitting that word count each day. It's the same principle that you can apply for nutrition. It can be the same principle that you can apply for exercise or for habits or for whatever it is that you're trying to get to. That micro of the daily can connect to the macro of where you want to be. But you cannot influence the end state unless you're focusing on the micro actions, which is your leading metrics. So a leading metric is that of one where you do a certain action that will influence a lagging metric. So if I exercise, if I eat well, if I take care of myself, I don't drink, I will have a lagging metric of a better body. In that it might be, I will likely be healthier, I will likely be fitter, I will likely be in a better physical state by having those daily lead activities to influence my lagging metric, because a lagging metric cannot be changed, right? This is a profit and loss statement for the year, or it's a weight that you see on the scales. You can't change it. What you can change is those leading metrics. So writing each day contributed to my lagging metric of the word count that I was looking for, as well as when I wanted it by. So it's a strong hack to use for yourself. If there's a place that you want to get to, you have your macro of where you want to be, you need to turn that into the micro. So focusing in on today. If you're here and this is you project out to a place where you want to be, what activity do you need to do today, that leading metric, that will influence where you want to be on your lagging metric or your macro? Because if you do that consistently, then you will get to that point of which you want to be. If you don't do it, which is what I did for the longest time, you'll be surprised that you don't have what you want because you haven't connected the macro to the micro. Those two are interlinked. It's only through consistency to where you get to where you want to be. Consistent action over a period of time will get you to wherever you want to be. But a lot of, certainly for myself, and I see a lot of people struggle with this, is that they want the place that they're trying to get to instantly, but they're not connecting those leading metrics into the macro or the lagging metric. What do I need to do to influence it to get to where I want to be? How do I connect the dots? So a strong recommendation as to not mess around with daydreaming to where you want to be. You can't get attached to a lagging metric. Don't think about I'm going to be ripped, I'm going to be a billionaire, I'm going to be X, I'm going to be Y. Those things are cool and they're the macros, but you can't get to the macro and you can't get to a lagging metric without the micro and leading metrics. That's what I'm trying to get to. You need to systematize those leading metrics to ensure that you're building up to that vision that you have for yourself. Yes, visualization is super important into where you want to get to, but you need to visualize yourself building to that end point, right? Building to on the daily of going, right, okay, I have a e-commerce store, I want to add one product per day, I want to ensure the customer service is great, I want to get the email capture list going so I can add more customers, I want to, and you building those leading metrics towards that macro of, you know, $1 million e-commerce store, right? You've got your place where you want to get to, but that's a lag. It's not a lead. So what do you do today to get you to where you want to be? And just focus on today. What is the one thing? What is the one thing that if I do it, everything else becomes easier or unnecessary? So focus in on today. Don't focus in on the lag. Have the macro where you want to get to. That's great. But have the lead and have the micro actions and just laser in on today. Because I spent so much time daydreaming of what it was going to be like in the lag, and I messed around for way too long and I didn't focus on the lead. In focusing on the lead, you will be so much further ahead than so many other people because you're lasered in on the 24 hours that you have today. Reset, go again. Reset, go again. Reset, go again. You will be amazed at the progress that you can make if you are just focusing on the most important thing that you can do to influence a lagging metric. Give it a go, let me know, and rock and roll.